Hello, everybody. We want to thank you all for finding some time to join us as we review our group syllabus project. We wanted to first start off by introducing ourselves. So this is our group. I'm Alan.
This is Kristen.
And this is Lindsay.
So we decided to create our group project on creating a syllabus for a class to support first-generation students as they transition to college. So we're going to just take this moment to kind of run through our syllabus. I'm going to talk a little bit about the first part of our syllabus, which kind of explains some of the resources that we wanted to make sure that we pointed out for students. Lindsay will then take over and talk a little bit about the structure of the class, as well as some of the assignments that we have created for the students to participate in if they were to take our class. And then Kristen is going to wrap up with talking about the structure of the actual weeks for the class. So kind of getting into the syllabus, we wanted to ensure that we provided information for our students around the date and time of our classes, as well as the meeting location. We also felt it was important to try to be flexible in regards to how we had office hours set up to try to make this class a little bit more accessible for students. So we thought about potentially creating office hours that can be utilized during Zoom appointments, just in case students aren't able to meet with us in person. So thinking about some of our students who might be commuter students and might not be able to meet with us as frequently as an on-campus student would be, Zoom could be a great way for these students to be able to get access to us. But we also did want to make sure that we kept in-person appointments available for students as well, should they want more traditional assistance in person. So then we wanted to flow in a little bit to our course description and talk about what the purpose of this class is, as well as some of our outcomes and our course goals. I know this is something that we talked about as a group. All of us really felt passionate about wanting to work with first-generation students, and understanding that there are a lot of obstacles and challenges that some of these students might occur and come into contact with when they come to college. So we really thought it would be really great to come up with the class that assist them with this transition. So some of the outcomes that we have is wanting to ensure that first generation students are provided with the necessary tools to achieve success in the first year, as well as ensuring that we're able to provide the first generation students with campus resources that they can utilize in order to support an academic, emotional, and social success at Loyola. And then finally, we wanted to integrate knowledge of social justice, inclusion, oppression, privilege, and power into their academic success and self. So get a little bit more understanding about what it means to be at a social justice institute, what it means to create environments that celebrate inclusivity, and being able to really identify oppression and privilege to essentially try to make the world a more equitable place. Some of the goals that we have for our courses as well is to foster student academic success and achievement towards their academic goals. Again, we want to really connect students to mission at Loyola University, and then help students promote a sense of well-being and a sense of belonging at Loyola. So before we actually talked about the class structure or the assignments or things like that, we really wanted to focus on trying to provide students with the opportunity to seek resources on campus should they need them. So thinking about our students that might have any type of learning disability or physical limitations or things like that, really trying to encourage them to get connected to the Student Accessibility Center, so that they're able to get accommodations and get whatever they need to be successful in and outside the classroom. We wanted to provide information around mental health services for our students and encourage them to get connected to the Wellness Center on campus. Understanding that some of our students even have issues with basic needs being met, so housing, food, access to food, things like that. Want to ensure that they can even contact resources like the Dean of Students for assistance with this. We wanted to talk about Title IX for any issues of sexual abuse or sexual assault, stalking, discrimination based on sex or gender. I want to ensure that these type of resources are available as well. And then we also wanted to include some information that students might not be more aware of. So resources and support for Sakai, resources and support for Locus. We even want to include information around resources for students that might have technological limitations and understanding that they can utilize the digital media lab to loan and borrow out equipment. And even students needing assistance with financial literacy, there's a resource on campus for them called iGrad that they get as loyal students that we want to include information on as well. So really want to try to connect them to some resources that can support in the system, like even before we got into the classes.
Yeah, so then moving on to assignments and class structure, we also include Loyola's academic integrity statements, just to provide submitting your own work, talk about plagiarism, and everything that Loyola has following that. And then we also provide, there's some more resources related to it if students want to look onto more of like what that, more information about it. And then also the Department of English website to kind of provide some. So going into course credit and grading, so we have the description there for the students. We also provide an attendance description, so attendance is required. And then if what it also provides what to do if you will not make it to class in case the issue comes up, and also for any unexcused absences also shares that the penalty that will happen if there is an unexcused absence in class. And then moving down, so for our class, we really want to focus on a lot of community building, just kind of self-reflection, goals. So we try to really integrate that week by week and also integrate that into the assignments. So here we have our few assignments. So we have a life map presentation. So with that, we have the description there. Also following along with that, a 150 word reflection. So we provide a description. With this, want them to take time in class to present it. And then we also have the due date and then the points on the right side. We also then next have a scavenger hunt with another word reflection as well. We have the description in there that we would like the students to do in class and then kind of reflect everything on it with the following week. And then we have an academic plan, really just allow students to kind of think for the next semester, for even just like their next 4 years, just kind of laying out their academic goals and ways to kind of allow them to prepare and be able to be more ready academically when looking at classes and for their majors. And then going to, for our last assignments, we have end of semester growth reflection essay where we just want them to answer the prompts below. It's 500 words. And then along with that, we want them to also do a presentation that goes hand in hand with the essay. So we'll have them present in groups. You can be in group 1, where you go on week 14, or you'll be in group 2, where you go at week 16. And those two together are 15 points each, but overall the final ed project would be 30 points.
So breaking it down by week, week 1, we're going to focus on the first week welcome class. We'll be going into Sakai sites for academic, Locus for academics, class, so the students could look over their class schedule, finding their academic advisors, focus on student emails, community norms, and expectations. Week 2, we're going to go into how college is different from high school, look into some student organizations, scholar programs, national honor societies. We will have a Saga guest speaker come in to speak to our first gens. We would like to go in depth about student leadership positions. Week 3, we're going to go into membership and engagement piece. We'll be bringing in student leaders that are part of a mentorship program at LUC. We'll have a student panel and question and answers. Going into week 4, we'll have navigating campus resources. This is where we'll have a full day activity for the students, which would be the scavenger hunt, where they'll be going around the campus with this activity. Week 5, we're going to go into depth on financial aid process, FAFSA, paying student bills, doing a locus tutorial. We'll be looking at the important dates on financial aid calendars. We will be bringing in upperclassmen to speak about the experiences of financial aid, just to offer some advice, tips, and tricks for our incoming students. Week 6, we're going to go into loans, subsidized versus unsubsidized versus Parent Plus. We'll also look more into private versus public loans. We would like to also bring about grants and scholarships, which are also important to our first gen. Week 7, we're going to look into mental health and managing anxiety and stress. We'll have a guest speaker from the Wellness Center going guided meditation and mindful exercises. And we will be going over the resources that the Wellness Center provides. Week 8, this is our mid-semester break, no class. Week 9, we'll be going into mid-semester preparation. We're going to be looking at our grades in Sakai, utilizing office hours, dropping classes, going over the financial impacts of dropping classes and housing for our students. Week 10, we're going to look into academic planning workshop. We'll have an academic advisor reviewing graduation requirements and how to track progress towards graduation. And we will also be encouraging scheduling the students to meet with their advisor to review their plans. Week 11, we'll have building your own success, connecting social justice, career to self, major career exploration. We will have a guest speaker from the career services coming in to speak to them. We'll review vocation and tie into major career discernment. Week 12, what we would like to focus on, what does social justice mean to our students? And we'll be incorporating that throughout the LUC experience. We will be bringing in a staff speaker for SDMA, student diversity, to share about their experiences as students and also the resources. Week 13 is the end of the semester check-in. Just seeing how everything's going for everybody. If there's any catch-up needing to be done, we'll focus and review that. We're also going to go over class scheduling for spring. Jumping into week 14 is our final project, and we will be doing group 1 presentations. Week 15 is our Thanksgiving break, and finally week 16, our final project. We'll be working in on that and group 2 presentations, and that concludes our course.
Awesome. So we thank everyone for your time, and we look forward to answering any questions that you all might have on our syllabus in class next week. So thanks, everybody.